What is up, Light Fam? It is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. 3 struggles after a spiritual awakening and how to fix them. Let's get into all of it right now. There you go. The first struggle after a spiritual awakening and how to fix it is integration. So right after a spiritual awakening, there can be a strong sense of disorientation because you're not quite sure how to integrate that new higher spiritual perspective, those new spiritual epiphanies, that higher state of consciousness to your old way of living. It gets very challenging to reconcile that new spiritual identity with the old way of living. This is what's known as the disassociation stage. This is the first stage of the spiritual awakening. And it can make you feel insane because now you feel disconnected and out of alignment with a life that used to give you a lot of joy and fulfillment. Your current circle of people, places, and things, you are no longer motivated or have any interest in involving yourself with that. There's a different calling going on. So how do you fix that? Well, the next stage after the disassociation stage is the self-discovery stage. This is where you want to bring your energy back, go within, get the energy, get the ego out of the future where it's fear-mongering and creating a bunch of anxiety, get back into your center space and do self-discovery. You want to go down different rabbit holes of self-discovery. What esoteric schools or spiritual systems resonate with you? What new esoteric philosophies or teachings resonate with you? And then you want to put those new teachings that resonate into practice. And then you do find what ends up resonating with this new higher level of conscious understanding, conscious awareness that you have. And then things start to vibrationally match in your life again. And the second struggle after a spiritual awakening and how to fix it is spiritual awakening loneliness. After a spiritual awakening, there can definitely be a feeling of isolation because probably your current circle, your friends and family, they don't understand or share or maybe even approve of that new higher spiritual perspective or those spiritual experiences, those new spiritual epiphanies. So it can definitely make you feel isolated, make you feel like the black sheep. Maybe they think that you're going crazy, you're just making it up, or if you have a very religious family, you know, the devil's got a hold of you, or whatever, the kind of fear-based archaic nonsense fairy tales that they're trying to espouse. No, how do you fix that? What you do is you stay on your spiritual path. You keep finding what resonates with you, keep doing the self-discovery, keep meditating, keep creating the reality that you want to experience, and keep learning through understanding your own true divine nature. And what happens is those that no longer resonate with you, they fall off of your timeline, and then they make space for the ones that do resonate with you. They make space for your vibe tribe. Your awakening is not an accident. You didn't wake up just for grins and giggles, just to feel uncomfortable around people that are asleep. No, you woke up on purpose with a purpose. So go down that rabbit hole fearlessly of those different esoteric teachings and different spiritual systems to find what resonates with you. And then what no longer resonates falls off, and then the universe will fill it with your vibe tribe. These are like-minded people that are also ascending, that are also on the spiritual path, that are also finding their spiritual sovereignty and spiritual evolution fearlessly. Now, before we get on to the third struggle after a spiritual awakening, if you need a helping hand getting through your spiritual awakening, healing unhealed trauma, finding your life purpose, bringing forth your greatest version, we can work together one-on-one through Zoom. Check the description below for that, or the pinned comment below. And please don't forget to namaste the heck out of that daggone subscribe button. Love and like that like button. All right, guys, back to the video. And the third struggle after a spiritual awakening is anxiety. So when you feel disassociated and misaligned with where your life was heading, your previous belief of the meaning behind life and everything that you had planned, the ego views that as a threat to survival. Remember, the ego is in charge of survival. So when the ego has this perfect plan laid out, oh, we're going to get our degree in this, we're going to go into this industry, or we're going to marry this type of a person, or we're going to do X, Y, and Z because our parents want us to do that. And then all of a sudden, your heart is no longer leading you in that direction. You have no motivation to go where you previously were planning to go prior to having a spiritual awakening. The ego says, oh, wait a minute, that's a threat to survival. I have this perfectly laid out plan on how we're going to survive in the future. So your ego goes off into the future scenario fear-mongering because it doesn't have the answers in the present moment. Well, the present moment is exactly where your power is. That's where your peace is. So how do you fix anxiety? You come back to the present moment. You're going to close those eyes. You're going to sink into the heart space, put your conscious awareness in your heart space, and you're going to intuit into the knowing of the heart. The language of the heart is feeling, not words like the ego. What is the feeling or the knowing of the heart? The heart may just know everything is going to work out according to my highest good. Trust the process. Hey, I didn't wake up at this exact time to change my trajectory for no reason. There's got to be a higher purpose here. There's got to be a higher divine plan. Trust the process. That's how you find your peace. You come back into the center, the power of now. All of your power is in the present moment. You have no power in the future. And you do that by sinking into the heart space and intuitively understanding and interpreting what the heart knows. The heart knows the reason you decided to incarnate. The heart knows what that life purpose is. Your awakening is not an accident. You woke up at the perfect time to take that fork in the road that's going to lead you to the reason you decided to incarnate. The compass of your heart is always pointed towards why you decided to incarnate. And on this physical linear timeline, you've reached that point where it's time to trust the process, be in the present moment, and head toward your life purpose. I hope this has helped. I love you guys. Namaste.